Jean Hughes with The Cook's Companion, and welcome to our video recipe of the week. A little bit of a different funky video this week. We're not going to do a recipe on air, but don't worry, I'll send you to my website where you can get lots of great recipes, particularly for this upcoming long holiday weekend in May for Canada. So we have got Victoria Day weekend, and that usually means outside, maybe the cottage, the backyard, and barbecuing. But we've had so much rain. Okay, I feel like Noah the Ark. I know that's a cliche, but I do. I was getting at gas this morning, and my gas attendant, because I like him and go to him all the time these days, was telling me we had 8 hours of sunshine this past week. Going to go insane if I don't get some more sunshine. So I'm hoping that we get some this long holiday weekend, and I want to do some barbecuing for some friends, but I want to make sure that my barbecue is in tip-top shape after this really long, wet, cold spring, winter, you name it, we've had it. So going to be a little bit different because it's really bright outside, yay, and it's hard to shoot, so I'm going to be going back and forth. But let's make sure that your barbecue is ready so that you don't have any hazards in your house. So the first thing that you want to do before you start barbecuing is you want to take your cover off. Hopefully you've covered your barbecue over the winter and stop the ice and the snow going on top. But because of that, and you've had it nice and covered and perhaps up against the side of the house, you've created this lovely little habitat for little tiny mice and things like that to get in. I know it's gross, but nonetheless, I've opened up barbecues before, particularly at the cottage, and mice have jumped out. You want to see a woman jump high? That was high. So the first thing you want to do is you want to open up your barbecue, and you want to make sure that you haven't got any critters in there. So I give a good open up, I take a look, and if there are any evidence of some mice in there, perhaps you've got some, some bits of straw or grass or yarn or whatever they make their little nests with. You want to make sure that you clean all of those out. If you have to take your broom in there, get it all out, and then give it a good washing down. I just use good old regular, detergent, hot water, and give it a good scrub inside. Or I ask my husband to do it. But nonetheless, you don't want to start your barbecue before checking for things like that, because if you have obviously bits and pieces of mice nests in there, they're going to go on fire, and that's not a great thing. The other thing that could have come into your barbecue over the winter season are spiders. Spiders can get into the hoses of particularly if you've got a gas barbecue as well. So you want to make sure, first of all, that everything is free and clear of all those little bits and pieces of things anyways, okay? So that's the first thing you want to do. The second thing that you want to do is you want to check for any leaks that you might have in the hose, okay? So you can turn the gas on, you can listen to make sure that you can't hear any gas escaping, you don't see any holes visible whatsoever. Don't fool around with that whatsoever. If you think that there might even be a remote possibility, make sure you change those hoses as well, okay? And then speaking of propane, you want to make sure, sometimes I can never remember, do we have propane left? Did I leave it in there? Is it empty? And shaking those jugs, you just don't know sometimes. So one tip that you can do is you can pour boiling water, be careful not to burn yourself, pour boiling water down the outside of your barbecue propane tank, and where it's cool to the touch, there will still be propane. So just a little sort of, trick that you can try. If not, lift it up, get your workout going, and see. I always have a backup tank on hand, because invariably, as soon as I go to have people over for a barbecue, I light it, and 5 minutes later, we've run out of propane. So it's always a great idea to have an extra propane tank around, and then you can just swap them through. So the other thing you want to do with cleaning is you want to make sure that you clean off all the excess debris. You might have just left some gunk back on there, from one of those late fall barbecues, or even if you're barbecuing in the winter as well. I like to sort of heat my barbecue for about a good 15 minutes to get all of those bits and pieces that have been left on nice and moist, okay? And then I want to take a really good scrubber and scrub it off. Particularly at the beginning part of the season, I really let it go for about a half an hour and then give a good scrub. There's lots of things that you can do. You can take stainless steel wool and you can go on top of your grates. You can also get, I'm going to get all black, but you can get these, can you see these? These are these little, they almost look like little cement bricks. They're really great for cleaning as well. Be careful that you don't burn yourself. You could use a tong on top and then do it that way as well. But they're thick enough that you won't get your hands on the grate. The other really quick and easy way to clean your grates is to take your grates off, Put them in the oven. If you've got a self-cleaning oven, turn your self-cleaning oven on. It's probably time to clean your oven anyways, and then you clean your grates and your oven as well. But I always take them off, give them a real good cleaning, soap, water, you name it. Again, nothing, bleach or anything like that. Just use good old soap and water and give them a real good rinse with some hot water. Back on again. I clean that outside housing as well, because don't forget, you're going to be taking food, and I know they're going to be in platters, but you've still got them on, on the sides if you've got these nice little side burners or anything like that. Make sure it's really clean as well, okay? So those are just some of the tips to get your barbecue ready and going. Clean up the mice, clean up the spiders, clean everything off on the top, give it a good heating up, clean it down. Now, if you've cleaned it down, and you still want to make sure that you've got one of those non-stick grills, is turn the heat off, let it cool totally down, and then you can either spray non-stick spray on it, not when it's hot or turned on, but spray non-stick spray on, or I sometimes take some paper towel or parchment paper, put some oil on it, and then brush the grill. Then heat your grill back up again, okay, and that'll help with food sticking. Throughout the summer, we'll talk about some other barbecuing tips, like keeping the food spaced on the grill, what temperatures, how you cook in indirect versus direct heating. We'll do all of that when it's a little bit warmer outside, and I really need to get my grill clean before I show you any of those things. So there's some tips to get your barbecue ready for this holiday long weekend. I've got some great barbecue recipes on my website, which is www.thecookscompanion.ca. Go into the summertime recipe section. You'll see wonderful things like grilled shrimp and chorizo skewers with a spicy bourbon and mustard sauce. There'll be grilled chicken on there. There'll be quick grilled steaks. There's even barbecued. You can barbecue everything. You can do barbecued desserts, barbecued salads, all on there, okay? So I hope you and your family have a wonderful holiday weekend and a safe one at that, okay? We'll see you later. Look, I still gotta walk up here and turn it off because I didn't bring my mouse. Talk to you later. Bye.